everybody.
Disappear.
Hey, okay.
Um,
So,
Hold on, I'm waiting on Epic Girl.
All right, I'm sending a notification to my Discord members.
Awesome.
stay there, Donnie. I'll join you.
Do what?
I said,
Yeah.
stay there. I'll join you. I'll turn my camera off.
Yeah, trying to get my little phone to stay up here in this little holder, but it's wanting to slide down.
I hear you.
There it goes. Well, I'm already here. Well, welcome everybody.
Did anybody tell Epic Girl?
I haven't seen her.
Oh, the new person that I added to the group. Let's not mention that right now.
Okay. Absolutely.
That was their request. Message Epic Girl and tell her that we're live. Okay, well, you can still message her.
I know I'm wore out, Donnie.
You wore out?
Oh, yeah.
A lot of riding, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. It was a good day, though.
Damn,
Yes, it
Epic.
was.
You'll be more proud of everybody.
It was a good day. Absolutely. It come together greatly.
Sure did.
I got to see what my dogs are barking at real quick.
I don't know if she'll get mine if it goes into that folder.
Boys, don't lay down. It's okay.
So, Scam, did you get to go back and watch it?
Yes, did get to watch the video and then the finale, which I don't want to reveal yet because I thought you might want to do that. It's unfortunate y'all had such a bad connection there because
I
it
know.
seemed like you didn't get like the kind of the beginning part of that when he first
Right.
got confronted. So I was hoping that you could, give us details of what happened since we couldn't see that on the video.
Yeah.
I've got all that. I'm going to have to send it to Chris.
Yeah, they were
Oh, okay.
recording. So,
Yeah, except for the live wouldn't work because of the signal. It was kept kicking off.
and I think if the three of us are gonna go together, one of us need to just record and not be live.
Right.
That
Right.
way you get everything.
Right. Yep.
Yeah, I'd like to see that part. Or, I mean, in the meantime, you can tell us all about it, I guess.
Well, he admitted everything. You seen that? His dad come out. He was trying to raise hell with us as well, trying to make us stop filming and leave. And then he told him it's okay, and he called his dad off, and his dad
Yeah, he
left.
was like, "Dad, it's all right. I don't want to go to jail. Let him record."
Let him record.
He ended up going to jail, though.
He ended up going to jail.
And I'm telling you, I'm totally surprised that he went to jail. And it's because he was in Ohio. But the deputy said that he admitted so much to them, and him living across the street from that school is the reason why he went to jail.
Wow. Well, can you maybe give like a? I know some of my followers haven't seen the video on your Facebook page yet, and they don't know anything about this
Yeah,
person.
yeah, we
Are
go
you
over it.
able to
I'm just
kind
trying
of
to wait
give
on her to get
a
here.
summary?
I'm trying to wait until Epic Girl gets in here. Let me see if I can message her. So I messaged her. Let's see if she joins.
Oh, hey, Donnie, I like that.
That's a 20. That's a
Coin.
1990 Silver Eagle.
Is that a 90?
Donnie's a
1990.
coin
Yep.
collector.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Donnie, did you go back
Hey,
across 70?
no, I took 67.
67.
Yeah.
I got down there just about down to about Mooresville, Martinsville. There was a bad wreck. Yeah.
Well, that's where the backup was this morning. They had a wreck down there and had it all closed off.
Down there north end of Bloomington, and they had that Walnut Street or wherever it merges on right there,
Yeah.
just north or south of where Sample Road's at.
Uh huh.
I'm not even seeing
They
her on
had
my
it shut
like
down completely.
friends
Wow.
list to invite her.
It took you a little while to get home then.
Hope
Oh,
something
yeah.
happened to that account.
But you having problems opening an account, Eric?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm saying I don't see it on my
Oh,
guest
I
list. But all right, we can go ahead and start. She'll join when she joins. So we went to Ohio, just north of Dayton, and we went for a guy named Ryan Snyder. He is 40. He's in his 40s. I think 42. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong. And
Supposed
he
to say
was
like
talking to what he
45 or
believed to
something.
be a 13-year-old. I think we mentioned 12 on the live, but it was 13. In this conversation, he was asking for nude pictures. He got very sexual with stuff that he was going to do to himself. Like he was going to stretch his rectum for this child. Um,
Wow.
Also invited her to a group chat, a sexual group chat with other children. Said that his 9-year-old friend sent him a video of her performing oral on her uncle. So we, myself, Donnie, and Lee here, Mr. Jack, and Christy, went and we went to a gas station. And I showed his picture, and the lady's like, "Oh, he probably works right here at this bar," because he was wearing the shirt for the bar across the street from where we was. We didn't even pick up on that. And so we went over to the bar, and they was like, "Oh, he don't work here, but we know who he is." And basically, we gave an address, and the woman didn't say yes, that's his address, but basically said, "You'll find good luck by going to that address you got." Because she didn't want to be involved, but she still wanted to help. So arriving, we get there, and he's sitting out front drinking his beer with several people. His dad was there, and then there was a minivan that had some other people in it. And I think once they found out what was going on, they cut out. They
left.
wanted no part of the conversation. His dad was trying to be real protective of him and tell them not to let us record, but he like we were saying earlier, he basically said, "No, Dad, let them record because I don't want to go to jail." So he admitted everything. He said that he would never touch a child, which I don't believe that. He lived directly across the street from the school, K through 12. Um, there's a park at the school that's open, 7 days a week for these kids to come play. And I truly believe that he's done this to other kids.
Yep.
He admitted that he was talking to other kids still. As of what he say, two
Thursday.
days ago he had talked to other kids.
Right.
Right.
I think that's what he said.
Yeah,
Two
I'd
Thursday.
days
have to go
ago is
back and
what he
watch the
said.
line. But he's just one guy that doesn't need to be on the street. And thank God to Darke County, Ohio Sheriff's Department. They told us that he admitted enough to them, even with the way their law is wrote, there was enough for them to arrest him. We was there for probably 4 hours, and they were waiting on a search warrant to go into his house to get his electronic devices. So they brought out his desktop PC. They just brought the tower out, and they brought his phones out. And they said that they're going to charge him with importuning harmful matters harmful to a minor. Basically, is child solicitation. And then on Monday, they are going after they go through the computers and the phones. They're going to upgrade the charges, and he said that there's going to be several charges from everything that he's already admitted. So there's a lot of child uh, children being hurt on his computer. So yeah, it's uh it's not a good situation for him to be in. You want to add anything, Jack?
Other than he was talking to his dog, that was awesome. He knew he was going to jail.
Yeah, he was telling his dog goodbye.
Yeah. He told his dog he'd be gone for a long time, probably be dead by the time he sees him again.
Yeah, you can hear.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
So
but he was actually pretty calm about it through the whole thing.
well,
So
Right.
I mean, chugging the beer until the deputy told him no more.
Yeah, he
yeah,
was
he
sucking them
wanted to
down.
keep drinking. Deputy said, "Hey, that's enough beers." I think at that time they knew he was going to jail, and they didn't want to have to deal with somebody that was under the that was drunk.
Hmm.
Right.
But yeah, I don't know. I mean, he kept admitting to everything, but then he would go back and like, oh, I would never hurt a child. You talking to these children like that is hurting a child.
Exactly.
But he also said to us he didn't have anything on his computer or phone either.
Right. But
Right.
then I started asking him about Telegram, and that just opened it up. He's
Sure
like,
did.
no, I ain't been on Telegram. Well, I was on it once or twice, and I was on it a few times, but I ain't been on it in a while. I don't have it no more. And I guarantee when it all comes out that they found stuff from Telegram.
Yep.
I bet you.
So since then, I've had several people reach out to me, even before, like I had friends of friends on his Facebook and my Facebook, and when I explained to them what was going on, they was like, "Man, it's like that don't even sound like him. Like we've been to parties with him. He's just been the quiet one in the corner." And then we go over to the bar and explained to them what was going on. They was like, "No." I was like, "Man, we have proof." and she just could not believe it. But they watched the live and hear him admitting everything. It's like,
Yep.
and then afterwards, we're over having dinner, and our waitress, we showed her what was going on, and she couldn't believe it. Like all these people knew him, but they really didn't know him.
Yep.
What'd she say? He was just in there yesterday or something like
Yeah,
that?
Yeah. He
yeah,
said he
he
had.
was a frequent flyer in their bar slash restaurant.
But nobody never said anything really bad about him. They always talked highly
No,
of him until this.
Yep. He was really
everybody said he
good
was a good
there.
dude until all this comes out, and then his some relation to his brother come out and said that they accused him of it, and nobody would believe him. So I'm telling you guys, if somebody comes at you and says somebody's done this or done that, at least investigate it yourself. Don't just
Absolutely.
brush them off.
Yeah.
Well, and it just goes to show how well they can hide this from close friends, family,
Certainly.
and they can portray themselves to be this awesome person that they're not.
He definitely did that.
He did it well. He admitted everything. He freely spoke. He admitted everything. He added stuff to it. He didn't act like he was a bit ashamed of it
But he did start backpedaling, Donnie, if you remember on some of the questions.
when he realized he was caught.
Right. Yeah.
And he was sending very inappropriate photos wearing a variety of lingerie and other things to who he thought was a child.
Mhm.
And for him to do that, I think they're going to probably find some other things in his devices.
Oh yeah, I agree with you 100%.
I'd say the computer tower is loaded with all kinds of stuff.
Well, I mean, they said that he admitted that it was.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah, that's why they took it.
Yeah, they got him, but right now he's got a level 3 felony.
But I don't know what the level 3 felony in Ohio is. Do you?
I'm gonna look it up.
But that's only just for one count.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, if he
I know
actually ended
Indiana's
up
like 10
having,
too.
CP on his any of his devices, that's gonna
Yeah.
really it's gonna be really a lot on him. That's gonna be a lot more
I did
charges and a
ask the
lot more
detective.
serious stuff.
I did ask the detective if he admitted to there actually being any live victims, and he said no.
Hmm.
Yeah, but we've heard different. So
Correct.
But we'll know more next week.
yeah, this is going to really explode. There'll be a lot more to come, I'm sure.
Hey, Chris, when you got that message from that person that knows him, I don't want to say anything about who it is or their relationship or whatever, but maybe you could suggest that they contact the investigator to
Yeah, I
provide that
can
additional
have
information to them.
the
Yeah,
one that contacted us earlier, the one that accused him of it before, and I gave her the detective's business card and told her to contact him, and even let him know that she would be contacting.
Mm, good.
But yeah, we'll definitely uh, do that.
And you're not aware of any children that were in his household or anything
No,
like
the
that,
only one lived
correct?
there was his dad and him.
right.
Mm.
That was it. Even the deputy confirmed it was just him and his dad living in the house.
So in Ohio, a level 3 felony carries anywhere from 9 months to 36 months. But it says, however, some offenses, such as certain rug offenses, or those involving sexual activity may have longer sentences ranging from 12 to 60 months, including a $10,000 fine.
Hmm.
Yeah, and I think when we looked into him, we didn't find any kind of prior charges on him either, like other than some minor traffic type of stuff.
There was a robbery
Um,
charge out of Indiana, but when I asked him about that, he said it wasn't him.
yeah.
But it was all his identifiers, Chris.
But it was in the same area that he said.
Yeah.
I got his middle name now, so I'll go back and look and see if there's a middle initial on that.
Yeah, he does have kind of a common name.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think it was the same DOB too.
I don't think on my case there's not a DOV, a birthday.
I pulled it up another way and I thought there was a DOB.
Oh.
I'll have to pull it back up. But it was out of Elkhart. I remember the charge.
So I'm replying to Jamie in the comments. We are discussing Ryan Snyder, who was busted today by Epic in Ohio. There are some video clips and information posted on their Facebook page. And I'm hoping to put together some clips and redact some information. And then I can go live on my account tomorrow to actually show you those through my platform. And you know, maybe there'll be other updates by tomorrow night. Who knows? If there are, then we can discuss those then. But yeah, he said a lot of very explicit things. I don't know if I saw all the chats, but I did see some of them for sure. And just from what I saw, it was really awful. I have no doubt that he would try to do something. I mean,
Oh yeah,
He,
absolutely.
he he made me mad when he got cocky because I had asked him. I said, "So what do you think your neighbors were gonna say once you hear?" And he's like, "Oh no, they'll be fine with it."
It
I said,
wasn't.
"Oh." I said, "Here, we'll find out." And I went right over to the neighbors and let them know what was going on.
yeah, and you said down at the bar. I'm sure like they're really gonna
Yep.
your buddies down at the bar, right?
And them were all bikers that hang out. A lot of bikers hang out at that bar,
Wow.
and
Well,
they're
I guess
past
he's not a
midnight.
biker. He just drives around a golf cart.
Right.
With Harley Davidson all over it, right?
But that town's of 1,100 people, so let me tell you, it's spreading pretty quickly.
Oh
Yes,
yeah,
it is.
they were all at the bar. They were spreading the Facebook Live.
Oh yeah,
Wow.
where he hangs out at.
Yeah.
Wow.
His dad is retired from wherever he works, but he does work for the owner of that bar.
Mm.
That's how
So
close the community is.
everybody knows exactly who he is.
Yep.
Yeah, especially when you showed a picture, everybody knew who it was.
Yeah, because I called him Travis, and she's like, "That's not Travis."
Hmm.
I'm like, "Oh, I meant Ryan." She's like, "Yeah." Where's your sidekick at, Slam?
My who? Sidekick. Oh, she wasn't feeling really good today, so she may be asleep early tonight. I did let her know, but
Yeah, how was your trip?
it was amazing. Amazing. It was good to get away, but now there's a lot to catch up on, and then I leave again in another trip in like a week. So it's I'm trying to get a lot done in the week that I'm home because I leave back out in a week.
Where you going?
Um, I'm leaving on a cruise out of Port Canaveral,
Wow.
Florida. So flying down to Florida, and that's a 7 day, and then coming back.
Did you win that one too?
Yes, absolutely.
Go hang out with you.
But this one's a different cruise line. It's through Norwegian. But the exciting part about it is the ship is called Norwegian Aqua, and it just started sailing in March. So it's basically like a brand new ship.
Ooh, nice.
So it'll be pretty awesome to be on a brand new ship with probably a lot of really modern decor and technology and stuff like that. Yeah. So
Is
I'm
BB going
excited.
with you?
What?
Is BB going with you?
Yep. Yep. We're going to be going to Puerto Plata, Dominican Republic, St. Thomas, Tortola, which is British Virgin Islands, and then Great Stirrup Cay in the Bahamas, which is like a private island that Norwegian owns.
My sidekick never takes me on a damn cruise.
Right. I know how that
You
is.
got to get on that, Donnie. What's up?
I know it. You need to send me some information on how to do that. I need to register, but I'm not very lucky anyway.
Oh, you don't really need to be lucky. You just need to know, some strategy. That's all.
Ah, okay. Coming from the winner multiple times, I'm sure you're probably right.
How many of them have you won?
Yeah.
Like jackpots? I mean,
I'm talking about cruises.
well, oh, cruises? Over 10. I have 9 just like within a year here that are planned, and I've gotten a couple, like maybe 4 in the past. So maybe, yeah, maybe about 10 to 15.
What the hell are we doing, guys?
So, how
Oh,
many
we're doing something
amenities are
wrong.
You
provided?
got 9 coming up.
Well, I took 2 of them already, so I have 7 coming up.
So, as far as the amenities that's provided, do you get like drink tickets or cards for drinks or food?
No, that I do have to pay for. Basically, the base price of the cruise is covered through
Right.
the casino comp program. And then we just have to pay port fees and tax per person. Usually that ranges from about $200 to $400, depending on how long the cruise is. And then if you want a drink package or upgraded internet or anything like that, you do have to pay for that separately.
So, a person could technically get out there on the water or be stranded and starve to death if he got a free cruise and didn't have no money.
No, because no, all the food's included. All the food's included, and usually
Oh,
there's
well,
some
that's
usually
a
there's
little bit
some
more than.
basic drinks like included, but like if you want certain things like soda or you want alcoholic drinks, yeah, you have to either buy a package for that or you can pay along as you go and then they just charge you at the end of the cruise.
Right. Or find a friend.
Yeah, to buy you drinks, yeah.
Only you, Donnie.
Right.
I need to get replaced, bro. If I can't get a cruise here soon, I'm not
Yeah,
getting a sidekick.
absolutely. Yeah. I've been wanting to go on a cruise.
Right.
Just don't know what's next.
I'll replace Christy before I replace Donnie.
Whoa.
Wow.
Christy,
Does she know
did you
that?
hear that?
She's right here.
Oh, wow.
Oh, Lord.
Nah, she knows
Hi,
better.
Christy. He didn't really mean that.
Shh.
Oh.
Christy better come up with a cruise or something now to make
Yeah.
sure that
Yeah.
I'm always nice to Christy. I'm not. Who got you a dog? Got you a dog you didn't want. Now you can't live without.
I got 2 of them cruises, but I turned them down. So,
Wow. Yeah.
well, yeah, I do.
My kids are grown. I can go now. They're
My
out
kids
of.
are grown.
mm-hmm.
I didn't
Yeah, I
have a
mean, I know some
homeschool.
people that get them as prizes and they don't use them because they just maybe don't like cruising. There's some people that are kind of scared to get on boats or they maybe
Right.
can't get the time off to go, so they just don't even like use them. Yeah, they give away a lot at the casinos because they figure if you do some gambling on the land casinos, if they get you on the cruise ship, you're going to gamble on but in actuality, I hardly spend any time in there at all. I usually visit for maybe an hour or two, just like one night. Like I really don't
Yeah.
do a lot there.
Can you,
Right.
if you don't use it, can you cash it in for money?
No.
Nope,
Because I
got
know
to.
my doctor before he passed away, he won a house,
Wow.
and well, he didn't. His wife did, and they let him cash it in and take the let her cash it in and take the cash prize
Wow.
because they had just bought a house. So why do they need another one?
Right.
And I think they ended up getting like 250,000.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's a nice win.
yeah. But he was winning stuff like that all the time. and she didn't even know she won. He was the one at the casino all the time. She was at
Huh.
home in bed, and they drew her name, and they allowed him to call her to tell her to come up and claim it.
Oh wow.
You know, most of the time you got to be there, don't you?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, one time I was at they were doing a giveaway at a casino for like a brand new Mercedes, and so they picked like three names out of out of a bin or whatever. And then so they picked the first guy, and then they picked the second guy, and then they announced a different guy's name, and he wasn't there. So then they picked a different name, and this lady came up, and then they handed out these envelopes. And the last lady was the last one to get an envelope. She didn't even get to pick hers. Like they got the other people got to pick what envelope they wanted. Well, she was the last one, so she was just given whichever one was the leftover one, right? And they
Yeah.
all opened up, and so two people were going to win just like I don't know, like $1,000 in free play for two people, and then the one person was going to win the car. Don't you know that that lady won the car? Because that guy wasn't there. The first guy wasn't there, and they picked her name. And she's the one that ended up winning the car.
Wow. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
So
lucky.
you just never know, and you do a lot of most times you do have to be there for that kind of stuff.
Yeah. I know my mom. She had never been to
Well,
a
buddy, how you
casino,
doing, AJ?
and me and my ex-wife, we had went, and then I kept telling mom, I was like, "Come on, let's go." She's like, "Nope." I said, "Here." I said, "I'll give you $100 to play." I said, "But if you hit, we split." She's like, "All right." So she goes, and I go play on the tables. Her and my ex-wife, they're going to play slots, and they both lost real quick. And I come back over there, and she's telling me, she's like, "I'm ready to go." I'm like, "Hold on, let me sit here and play." And I cashed her out, and I put my 20 in, and I hit for like 150. And I said, "See, let me show you how to do this." I cashed out, put another 20 in, and hit for 1,500. Mom's like, "I'm glad we're splitting." I said, "No, no, no. We split your 100. We ain't splitting mine."
Right.
But I like playing the game with all the power strikes. Because they were giving away, I think the second prize was like the 1,500. The grand prize was either a car or motorcycle.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I would have loved to have the motorcycle.
Still didn't get to see them lacy panties, Chris.
He didn't have them
Ugh.
on neither.
Oh, I got pictures. I sent them to you.
Yeah, I had to see them too. I couldn't help it. I had to read them chats, and then all of a sudden you flip the page, and then there they are. You can't help it. You've been exposed.
Yeah.
His hairy butt and everything.
Yeah.
Ew.
Man, yeah, terrible. It's
Oh,
like,
you
why
didn't
on
read the
earth?
messages then, did you, Sam?
Why
Scam.
on earth
I
was
saw
that?
some of them, but not all of them. That's
Oh
okay.
Oh, they're
That's
yeah,
worth
okay.
reading and looking and checking it
he's
out.
in he's in the he's in the panties in his with his hairy butt.
I
Yep.
bet he's into corn syrup tonight.
Yeah. He's probably by himself though tonight.
Probably.
But yeah, he was offering some services that would really, really scar a child.
Is my damn computer ain't working?
Poor guy.
Oh, I know why it ain't on. I turned the damn power and monitor off. I'm over here trying to keep resetting my computer. It's like, man, this book ain't coming on.
Turn it on.
Read some of the chats. Hold on.
Oh man.
I'll have
Just
to.
make sure you redact,
Yeah,
when you need to. That's all.
yeah.
Right.
It's. I got them all in order on my computer. And now, guys, all this was taking place on Facebook. So
Right. Right on Facebook Messenger.
yes. So what happened is Epic Girl created her decoy account on Facebook. She goes into like one of the different sites that Facebook has, saying that she's 13, 14 years old. I think she said 13.
It's like a team like chat group or
Yeah.
something, I think,
Then
right? Or
he just
team
started messing.
singles or something.
Yep. I mean, he just starts out says hey, or he says hi. She come back, hey, what's up? She said just bored. He said same. He asks us, how old are you? She says I'm 12 from Indiana. You? I'm 42. She says where do you live? He says Ohio. Cool. Where in Ohio? I'm in Martinsville. And he says Dayton. And he says, can you send a pic? So she sends a picture of herself. Now this is of her decoy, not of her. Um, and then he's asking her, does she wear thongs?
Yeah,
So
right away.
yeah, I mean, why would you
Classic.
ask a 12-year-old do they wear thongs?
He wasted no time.
And she put, no, mom won't let me. That's a good mom. And then he's asking, how about boy shorts or lace? And she says boy shorts. He says, nice. Are you wearing boy shorts now? She says, yeah. He says, can I see? Now
Yeah,
he
and who's asking a minor,
yeah.
what they're wearing? Like,
Then
Yeah,
he's like,
some.
okay, I'm bored. She's like, me too. He says, yeah. He says, can we FaceTime later? She says, I don't like to FaceTime. And then he says, can you send another pic? So she sends another one. He says, nice. And she says, now you. He sends one. You. He's telling her, thank you. Can you send another one? They're always greedy. And then he says, what are you doing? She's like, bored. You. Same. He said, it's weird that I like to wear. He said, is it weird that I like to wear thongs and lace? And she says, no, if that's what you like. He's like, thanks. And he sends her a picture of him wearing a pink women's thong.
High cut.
Yeah.
And then he's like, you want to see my newest thong? It's super cute. I mean, this is
super
something like
cute.
a conversation like you would have with your girlfriend
Yeah.
or something like that. But not a grown man. And when I say girlfriend, I'm talking like two female friends. You know,
Yeah.
not some grown man and a 12-year-old kid.
Mm-mm.
He said, "You want to see my newest thong? It's super cute. Um, it has like a super mini skirt." And she says, "If you want to show me," he says yes, and he sends it.
And isn't it kind of like one of those schoolgirl type
Yeah,
skirts?
it's plaid,
It's
and you
like
can
that
tell.
plaid. Yeah, it's like that plaid
Hold on, I'm
schoolgirl
gonna show
type.
it. I'm gonna
Yeah,
show it.
Yeah.
yeah, it's a plaid one.
I don't think I'll get in trouble for showing it, but you can tell that it's him in it because you can see his tramp stamp tattoo on his back.
Yep.
That's what this grown man is wearing, sending it to a child.
Tutu. A damn tutu.
I'm trying to get back to. She put cute, thanks. He said, I gotta switch pages here. I think it's super cute. He says, can I see yours? Not wearing it, but I want to see your boy shorts. She put, nah. He says, are you bi? She's like, I don't know. He says, I was curious because I know some girls your age that are. How the hell do you know some 12-year-old girls are bi?
Right.
Wow.
I don't even think a 12-year-old knows that she's bi or yet.
Right.
Well, that's why that was a good answer by the decoy to just say, I don't know.
Yeah.
Right.
He put, I was curious because I know some girls your age that are thinking we could possibly go. She said, he said GC, and she says, possibly what? I don't know. He says, "Would you do a sexual group chat?" That's what the GC is. Because she says, "What's GC?" He says, "Group chat."
Mm-hmm.
So why invite a child, a 12-year-old, to a sexual group chat? There's nothing possibly can go good in that chat room.
No.
Yep. There's only one reason why he would do that.
You go on to prison for a long time, buddy. And she put, "Oh, then no." Okay. What are you doing, baby? So yeah, she straight tells you no, she's not getting in no group chat with children, which is smart on her because she cannot talk to people that she believes is kids because she would be in the same position he's gonna be in.
Right.
Right.
She says being bored. He's like, same. I want to come. Oh my. Yeah, I was hoping you could help me.
Ugh.
It's him asking her that. How? He says, I don't know. Okay, then I don't either. And then he says, like maybe talking sexual. I don't know anything about sex to talk about it. She definitely talking like a kid playing dumb. What does a 12-year-old know about sex?
Mm.
Shouldn't know anything. He says, I understand. Can you send me a pic? He says, I already sent you two. I know. I was hoping for more. What grade are you in? Fifth grade. Oh, nice. Can you send me a pic, please? And she said, you first. And but then she sends one. He liked it and said nice. And sent her another one. And then asked her what size bra she wears.
Ugh.
Yep.
She put not sure. He said, do you have any lace? And then he sends another picture with him wearing some lace, maybe boy shorts, but for girls. Yeah, I could just imagine a grown man going to Kohl's or J.C. Penney's or Walmart to pick them out some damn
He probably stole them from his
lace
girlfriend.
panties.
Well, hey, I'm not, I'm not kink shaming anybody, if they want to like
No,
do that, but you don't do that and send it to a child. Come on.
right. Oh.
No.
So he sends that. She says, yeah. He says, can I see? And she says, I told you I don't send those. Smart girl. Okay, he says, is your lace boy shorts? She said, yes. He said, nice. Do you do you ever play with your vagina? But he didn't use vagina. She says, I don't know how. He said, just rub it when it starts to get wet and slide your fingers. So I'll skip a lot of this, but he's going through and
Yeah.
basically telling her how.
Yeah, he goes into a lot of detail there that you might not
Yeah,
want to.
Correct.
yeah. So, and then he says, I like to use a adult toy. We'll say that.
On himself.
Yeah.
And I love when it slides in the first time. So I don't know if he's saying that he likes it on him or, but I mean, if that's what you want to do, hey, have at it. But don't talk to a damn child this way.
No.
Then he said, would you use it if you did? Oh, because he asked her if she has one, and she says, I don't have one of those. He says, would you use it if you did? She said, maybe. He's like, nice. I would love to use it on you.
Mm.
He would never do anything with a child.
That's what he said, but
Yeah, he's like
his
that alone.
words say otherwise. I
Yeah.
mean,
Then he says, are you in school now? And she says, I'm homeschooled. Oh, do you see your friends? I don't have friends. Oh, why are you homeschooled? I was bullied. Oh, would you wear thongs if you're allowed? I mean, like, who talks to a child this way?
Right.
Nobody.
Mm.
And then she's like, maybe. Do you ever watch porn? No.
Oh my gosh. He
Yeah, I
asked her
mean,
that, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
And then looked like they quit talking for a little bit, and then she just said, "Hey." He says, "Hi." She's like, "Hey, what are you doing?" Watching AHS. I don't know what that is. That's why I wish she was on here. Oh, she's here.
Man.
What's up, Miss Epic Girl? I just invited her. I seen her pop up.
I seen it pop up and then was gone.
Is she gone?
Yeah.
Oh, right. Andrew said American Horror Story. Yeah, that's
Oh,
probably
okay.
it.
She tells a lot of them that.
Yeah, she is. It won't let
It
me
won't
on.
let me.
Oh, it won't let her, Chris.
Are you on that?
There
Are
we
you on the
are.
account that we created for you?
There we go.
There she is.
I'm here.
About time. We're over here reading the chats between you and your boyfriend.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Keep going.
Spill the beans.
Oh no! Here's the one that's gonna get you guys. Uh, so watching American Horror Stories. What are you doing? Nothing. Being bored. Can you send a pic? I've sent you some. And then he comes back. Do you want to see a video of me stretching my
Something. Yeah.
A with two other letters after it, wide open?
Oh,
How do you? I just cannot understand this dude.
no. And he said he was not drunk.
Yeah,
That.
Donnie asked him, "Was you drunk when you were saying this?" He's like,
Oh,
"No."
bro.
He said it was all me. I was sober.
Wow. Not that that's any type of excuse because people don't turn into a predator when they,
Right, but a
you know,
lot of people try to blame it. Well, I was drunk, or
yeah,
on,
try to
I
use it
was
as
on
an
this, I
excuse.
was on
Yeah.
that. I only do that when I'm on this. But this
Yeah.
dude just said, "Nope, I was completely sober."
This is the first
He said,
time.
"I just got a messed up head."
Is there someone using the bathroom?
Feel like it.
Because if you are, you should mute.
No, I'm washing my hands.
Oh, it sounded like bathroom noises. I'm sorry.
So he asked about that video. She says, "If you want to," and he says, "I might later." He says, "Do you want to group chat?" She's like, "No." She's like, "How am I going to group chat? I don't know." She says, "Then why are you asking?" "I want to, but my other friends won't respond." And she says, "I don't know him." She's like, "Oh, it's a girl." He says it's a girl. And then she says, "Okay, I still don't know her." "I know." He said, "She's 9 and she is bi."
Huh.
"Where does she live?" "I think in Texas." "But then it's a waste of time for me because I don't do long distance." "Oh, are you looking for someone local that you can F?" And then she put, "Look, I'm looking for someone local, yes." "Yeah, so why won't you send another pic?" That's just him. "I understand that you sent a couple, but why won't you send me another one? Because I sent you 3 and I've only got one. If you're able to send thong pics, why can't you send pics of your face? Plus, I gave you my phone number like 3 times to send a pic."
I'm sassy.
You can be. I mean, I can send more face pics. That's what he's saying. "That's what I want." "Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know." but I didn't receive your phone number. And then she sends the phone number, and then he says, "Why do you want to phone?" Huh? You said that you can send pics on Facebook. Well, you said you couldn't send pics on Facebook. He's like, I can. Then why haven't you? I don't remember you asking. Then he sends another pic. But I mean, this just goes on and on. Like he talks about the 9-year-old sending a video of her performing family member. It's, it's disgusting.
Do you think that there really is a 9-year-old that he's been talking to in Texas, or do we think that he was just making that up,
Oh,
or we
I
don't
believe
really
he
know?
was talking. He admitted to us that he was talking to another kid as of 2 days ago.
Yep.
Right.
But
So maybe that's the other kid.
Right.
but he did state that the uncle and the 9-year-old was a
Yeah,
made
he
up
did say that they
story.
were made up, but
Right. But
I
I
don't.
believe that's true.
Uh, uh,
I really don't believe that they were made
uh,
up.
back.
Well, maybe if the police are able to go through all his devices, they can determine who this other victim was of his, um, and get in contact with their family.
According to him, she don't live in Ohio. She was coming soon with her uncle.
Right.
Right.
And I can tell you that the officers that showed up today are night and day from the officers that showed up in Fort Wayne.
Correct.
Hmm.
These officers were so respectful from the very jump.
Yeah, absolutely. They were
Uh,
professionals and
so
true.
give a shout out to them. Like they
Yeah.
were awesome.
And they
What
said they get one call a day of an exposure in their county.
what
Wow.
really got me is when Chris was asking about the 9-year-old, he said, "Oh, there is no 9-year-old. I was just using that to get off."
Right. Right.
So that's sick in itself.
No
Yep.
fear.
I can say one thing, Epic Girl, you done good. We got a rest out of it.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
You're
Yeah.
correct.
And
I
if you
know. I'm
haven't
so
seen the
glad.
video of the arrest, it's on the Facebook page. I don't know if everybody has seen the arrest video. I saw that. I mean, it's just a little clip, but that was satisfying to watch, I will say.
No
Yeah.
doubt.
On my
We
TikTok,
were
I have
having
nothing
issues with
arrested there.
Facebook Live,
Right.
so we definitely wanted to record something to show everybody, hey, he did get arrested.
Yep. It's on my TikTok as well.
You
Yes.
have it posted on your TikTok, Donnie?
Yes, I do.
I do.
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
awesome. Okay. I'll look
I
Yeah,
in.
have
we can
I have
we
a
can play
TikTok
it.
video I
I'll
made.
share it. Yeah, you should play it. No, I'll make sure I repost it.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
It's a very end
This is
video.
him right here.
Very end of it, it shows him being arrested though.
There he is. He's walking
That's
down.
his mugshot from today.
Yeah. He doesn't look as happy as he did. Earth and beers in his hand.
Huh.
No, he don't.
Yeah, he was acting like it was no big deal when you guys first showed up.
There
He
he
was
is.
drinking a beer,
He drank 3 beers.
smoking a cigarette. Like,
Oh, he asked me if he could smoke a cigarette. I said, "You can do whatever you want, dude."
Got him.
Mm. After that, he chain smoked him.
mm-hmm.
He was trying to chug him beers down, and that officer said, "Hey, man, no more."
Yeah, that was funny.
That was
He knew he was.
hilarious.
You know, he wasn't gonna have any more beers or cigarettes for a while.
Yeah,
Well, he told his dog he wasn't going to be around for a while. His dog probably
that's
died.
what I'm about to. I'm about to get that. I'm about to play that.
Play it.
Hold on, I gotta find it. I just want to cue it up just to that part.
Yeah,
It's on the first video, ain't it?
I believe so.
If we could have just handed him a microphone to clip on.
It's when you took off and went back to the van, talked to Christy. It was just me and Donnie up there standing videoing.
No, I was standing there.
Was you when he talked to the dog?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, he acted like that dog understood every word he said.
And he just might have.
He might have.
Yeah, my dogs understand me, but yes, that's an old dog. It was
Old
a
dog.
definitely an old poodle, big poodle.
Yeah, it was.
I think I found it, but I'm trying to make sure.
I hope it didn't cut out when he was talking to the dog.
No, no, I seen it earlier. It's on there.
Okay. But I thought that was funny. Donnie did too.
Uh-huh. Yeah, it was
I was
kind of
going to get kind
funny.
of hairy there at first, though, when the old man was slinging his arms around.
Yep, he didn't want us there for sure.
No, he didn't.
Trying to protect his son, telling him we don't need to be recording him.
But let me tell you, small town politics, I guarantee you he won't be living in that house anymore.
No, no, especially if he becomes registered, they're gonna keep him.
Oh
You
yeah,
got
if he's got a register, he can't live there.
no.
It's only 100 foot from the school.
What?
Across the street's
Oh
about
yeah,
100.
yeah.
40 feet to the entrance of the driveway, parking lot.
Correct, and it's about 125, 150 foot to the playground.
Right. He's way too close.
I
But
think
I
it.
never did notice. All we noticed was the house when we was looking for it. We never even noticed school.
Right.
We're probably gonna have to pull it up on the phone. My computer's not very loud. – 17 minutes and 27 seconds. Nah, that wasn't it. I'll have to find it, and I might make a clip of it. Make a
Yeah,
reel and share it as a reel.
probably be easier.
Yeah. Anybody have any questions in the chat? Y'all want to know anything? Um, Epic Girl's here. She can answer. I can answer. One of the guys can answer.
Yep. We're all here.
Do what?
I said, yeah, we're all here.
Yeah.
Type it in there.
What's up, Miss Rose Red or Marlisa? Andrea, Josh Bowen.
Gladys Tucker.
Who?
Scammy Claus joined.
Hi, Scammy Claus.
Wonder if
I
any of
don't.
them
I
are
don't
going.
know if this guy has a TikTok account. I didn't come across any indicators of that. And if you search his name, which is Ryan Snyder, it's a very common name. So if he made a TikTok account under that name, there's just so many results that come
I would
up.
say he doesn't.
Yeah. But
I mean,
you never
if
know.
he
I
does
always
have
try to
one,
check
he'll
for
make a
anything like
video.
that, you know?
Did you search his name?
Yeah, but when you search like Ryan Snyder on TikTok, I mean, you just come up with so many different results. It would really take a lot of searching, and then the only way to really verify if it would be him is if he even really had his photo as the profile picture, and there's so many people that just use random pictures of things, and not their real picture. So um, it would take a lot just to even determine that, and he could have one in any name. A lot of times, what I'll find is when we're doing research on the person, sometimes there's a common username that they'll use amongst like all of their social media, and I didn't come across any usernames for him. Like it might be like whatever, happy cat 25 or something, you know what I mean? And
Right.
then and they use that among multiple social media accounts, but I wasn't able to come up with anything for him.
Gotcha.
Marlisa is asking if he has a wife or children.
No, he does not.
Not.
No, he's single.
Said he has a girlfriend.
Probably
Says
not now.
she's 33, and I had to ask if she was too old for him or something. Why is he messing with kids? But he said no, she wasn't too old.
So he during the live, there was a family on a golf cart that drove by, and the little kid had waved, and he waved back, and I'm like, "What are you doing? Trying to find a date?"
Right.
See you waving at the little kid.
Yep. He does.
I'm like, you're already in trouble for over here messing with kids, and you're over here waving at another one.
Mm-mm-mm.
He definitely had the whole attention of the town, though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Most of his neighbors, they know for sure.
Oh yeah, I made sure because, like I said, he pissed me off because he said that they'll be okay with him being in that area after all this. So,
I don't
no,
doubt that.
yeah, I
Well,
Yeah, he
highly.
the
was he
neighbors
was
all
saying it
say.
wouldn't be a problem if his neighbors knew. Like, really?
Right,
Wow.
right.
Right.
So, what
Oh,
did the neighbor lady say across the street, Chris?
Hmm.
What did the neighbors say across the street when you went over there?
Oh, they couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
yeah.
Said that they go out and they've been over there hanging out with him. They just couldn't believe it.
Uh-huh.
Just like the neighbors down the street is like, man, he's not like that.
Yeah, and
But
the
they
neighbors.
they watched the video where he admitted to everything, so they know that he did it.
Yeah. They know
And
he
the
did.
neighbors across the street had a 4 or 5 year old little girl or whatever. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was all kinds of kids on that street.
Yes, there was.
Well, he was bragging about his nice job. Well, I don't think he has that anymore.
And he won't.
Yep.
If he does, it ain't gonna. Well, he's gonna be locked up. I say he's. I bet you he'll be in there for at least a month before he gets out.
Oh yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't think he'll be in there. I think he'll be in there longer.
Now he doesn't have a criminal record, so they give people bonds.
All
But
the
On a unrelated note, is do you know if Jason Vogel is still in jail?
I haven't got a message saying that he's out.
Hmm.
Wonder how much fun he's having.
Hmm.
I'll double check on Vogel right now.
I say Ryan's bond will be so high he can't afford it anyways.
Yeah.
Mm-mm. Yeah.
Hopefully they do no 10%.
And all depends on how much they find in his computer tower
Right.
and his
Depends on
phone.
depends on how many charges he gets.
Yeah. Find that
Andrea says she knows what's happening to good old Jason.
dangers of being a former CO.
We're looking up Jason.
Absolutely. I've seen it all, I'm sure.
Yep. He can relate to the maple syrup.
Marlisa wants to know how long did y'all talk to this guy before his arrest?
Oh my
About,
God, February.
yeah.
Couple, 2 months.
But there was a short break in there too, correct?
Yeah.
It
So
seemed pretty long.
still in custody.
Well, that's what I thought. It was a long break in between.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden he just came back.
They always do.
And now I gotta set Ryan up so I get a text message. I'll get a text message. You can on Bind Link. You can set it up to where you'll get a text message anytime that he switches jails or gets released.
What about Vogel?
He's still in there.
Oh, okay. So that means he's been in there about what, 4 weeks now?
Well, I've just been longer than that.
I can't remember when it was. Back in March.
About that.
I think that was in April.
Who, Vogel?
Yeah, wasn't it?
Mm, April 9th.
There
All
you
right.
go.
He ain't been in there very long then.
Yeah. That's what the Facebook where I posted his jail oh, I'm sorry, April 4th is when they arrested him.
So he's been in there a month.
Yep.
He was another one of those that fantasized about children.
Yep.
But they actually reacted pretty quick too down there.
Yep.
Yeah, you've been having good luck in Ohio.
I think it
I know,
depends on the county.
Mm-hmm.
for a state that supposedly doesn't arrest.
Yeah. And Chris, you did give them, all the chat logs and
Oh
and
yeah.
all of that stuff that they're going to need. Perfect.
Yep. And told them that we would come testify
Yep.
if need be, but I truly don't think that it's going to come down to us having to testify. They're going to offer him a plea deal, and if I was him, I'd take the first deal they offer.
So Vicky's asking what's going on in Ohio. So there was a predator bust today by Epic. What was the name of the town again?
Oh,
And Sonia.
yeah, and Sonia.
Ansonia, Ohio.
It's in Darke County. Darke. I want to say the like the next the main town in that county is Greenville.
Is that the county seat or yeah, where the
Yeah,
county?
I believe that's where the jail's at. Is Greenville.
I know
Chris.
that's where dispatch is at.
Yep, it's in Greenville. And so yeah, this jail is so little. It's only supposed to hold 36 people.
Really?
36 beds in that jail.
Wow.
He said that he was telling us that the sheriff says you just keep locking them up and we'll find places to put them.
Oh,
Wow.
nice.
So
Yeah, they have like
he's like, he said that
161.
they're sending them all over the state.
The sheriff actually said to lock him up today. Wanted him locked up.
Yep.
That's what the one deputy said, wasn't it, Donnie?
Yes. And they said the biggest reason was he was close to that school right there.
Correct.
But yeah, they were all awesome, man, to deal with.
They're all over it.
They were
Yeah,
all.
I'm glad that they cooperated with you guys, and I'm glad they arrested him today. Really glad. I was so happy to see that.
For sure.
At
He had,
first, we were skeptical, and then the bigger guy pulled us off to the side and said, "It between us all right here, he's going today as soon as the detective gets here."
Wow.
he does have a no bond.
Good deal.
I'm
Better
looking at
get in
his
front of
stuff
the
right
judge.
now.
Well, it is Saturday. He won't see the judge until Monday.
Uh-huh.
May not see the judge then.
And Marlisa says, I hope that parents that live nearby are having conversations with their children tonight. I agree. And
I
with
could
as
find
small
out.
as this with as small as this town is and with as close he was living to a school, I wouldn't be surprised if there's some warnings even possibly put out by the school, because he lived so close to that school.
And I may reach out to that, find out what the school name is, and reach out to the principal and let the principal know.
Yeah.
I can get the information for you.
Yeah,
And it's
let's do.
possibly going to lead to a letter to be sent home warning all the parents.
Right. Right. Exactly. Just a, reminder of.
Making an awareness.
Mhm.
The town's liable not to be very happy if they find out through otherwise, that the child predator was discovered right across the street.
Right.
I just know the video is spreading all over that town like wildfire.
Yes, it is. But I'd like to thank the gentleman that, or whoever it was that purchased our meal today. Yeah, it was really wonderful of them.
Oh, that was nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, the guy hit me up and he's like, man, he's like, I could be there in about an hour when I'm done here. I'm like, man, we'll probably be on the road by then. And then next thing I know, he's messing like, hey man, your meal's covered. And he called up there and because I told him where we were eating at, he's like, yeah, I've ate there before. And he called up there and put his credit card down for us
It's amazing.
to get whatever we want. It's on him.
Got a big old BLT and some French fries.
Hey, that was pretty good.
Jack was gonna buy, and I told him if Jack was buying, just to bring the bottles. We want the bottles.
Right. We want one of everything.
Yeah, it's the most expensive thing. So
All I
uh,
can say is it was fun today and it was an epic Saturday.
the whistle stop.
you're more welcome to go back, bro.
That's a long drive just to get a sandwich.
Yeah, it happens quite often. Sometimes we go and can't even get this person. We've had that happen before, and it turns into just a meal and a drive.
I get you.
Bonding time.
Trying to look and see like everybody that's in the jail and see what their bonds are looking like. Try to get an idea if they're going to give him a bond on Monday. It looks like they do a lot of cash bonds.
Are you able to maybe show a picture of him again, or like
Yeah.
his mugshot or something like that for anybody just joining, so they know who we're talking about? His name is Ryan Snyder.
Yeah, hold on. This is his actual mugshot.
Yep, same guy.
It's him.
So there's his charges: awaiting arraignment for an importuning victim greater than 13, level 3 felony, and bond amount is 0.
Pretty
Yeah, I
thick
mean, you
on
can't
there.
really ask for much better than that at this point. And like I said, when they go through his devices, uh, I have a feeling there's gonna be some charges added to that.
Yeah. Oh, he told us there would be.
Yeah.
Each picture of a child is another felony.
TikTok sucks. It was in Darke County, Darke County.
Yes.
Somebody asked if there's any updates on Big Mark. So he was live maybe about a week, 7 to 10 days ago. He was not live very long. It was when I was on vacation. He does have a new Cash App that he's trying to get money on. I don't think he really was getting help. He still was begging for a tent, I believe. Um, I spoke with someone. I had someone reach out to me because they saw the videos about him on my YouTube. And she asked how she could send me additional information, and I gave her my email. And so we emailed back and forth, and then we arranged a phone call. And so right before Easter, so the Friday before Easter, Good Friday, he had came to her organization for help, and she set him up in a rehab program about 30 minutes away, where he would have a bed, he would have shelter, he would have food, and all of this stuff. And he supposedly said he was supposed to be starting a job that Monday. I don't believe that, though, because he always says he's starting a job on Monday. But anyway, he was all set up with a shelter. Um, they also gave him some clothing items and gave him hygiene products, a whole bunch of stuff. And they paid for his Uber to go to this facility 30 minutes away. So then he was trying to call this lady um, several times over Easter weekend, like on Saturday and Sunday, and she did not answer. Okay, she was doing other things, and she figured he was all set up, and she didn't know why he was calling. So she went to church on Sunday in Anderson, South Carolina, which is where he started at, and he was at church. And she's like, Mark, like, what the heck are you doing back here? Like, what happened? Like, I sent you to this rehab on Friday, and it's Sunday, and you're back here in Anderson. Like, what is going on? And he said, oh, they kicked me out because I had a criminal record. And she knows that that's not true. That he would not be kicked out for something like that. There are lots of people who go to rehab and have criminal records. In fact, many of a lot of them do.
Yep.
And so she knew that there had to be more to this story. And he was asking for more help. He was asking for this organization to now pay for a bus ticket so he could go live with some friend in Virginia. And so somebody from the organization called the rehab, and the rehab said that he did something sexually inappropriate his very first night there, that Friday night, and they kicked him out. And they said it was so bad that they wouldn't even reveal what it was. So I don't know the details. I don't know exactly what he did, but he did something really horrible apparently that first night, and they kicked him out right away. I don't know why, if he did something horrible, they didn't call the police. You know, uh, that's a good question. I can't answer. But once she found all this stuff out, she told Mark that they would no longer be helping him. She also had Googled his name, and she came across a post in like a local community Facebook group warning people about Mark, because he was, trying to work at that carnival. And then that's how she came across my YouTube videos as well. And that's how she got in contact with me. So she told him that that their organization was not going to help him anymore. And he didn't even question why or anything like that. He just said, okay, whatever. She does think that he may have been trying to reach out to other organizations or churches and things like that, in the area. But as far as I know, he is currently still in that area, panhandling to get money. Whenever he gets up enough money, like $60, he's able to get a room at a cheap motel that is around that area. She also told me that he doesn't seem to hang around with the other homeless people that are in that area. She said that most of the homeless people in that town, they hang around the downtown area where there are lots of resources for them. There are places where they can get food and hygiene products and different things. He doesn't hang out in that area. He doesn't hang around with anyone really. He stays to himself, and she kind of speculated that he might have kind of been almost like shunned by the other homeless people because they know about him. They know his past. They've found out. So he doesn't hang around with them or with anyone really. He's pretty much a loner, and he stays on the outskirts of town, not around the other homeless people. So yeah, haven't seen him on TikTok in probably at least a week or so. I do have a feeling he'll still try to come back. And if and when he does, we gotta be on, keep um, reminding people of who he is and what he's done, and reporting his Cash App and his any payment methods he has to try to stop that. He needs to get a job, and support himself, and he needs to work somewhere where he's not going to be working around children, because if he continues to try to do that, we're going to be on top of it. We just are. With trying to work at carnivals and all that kind of crap. Um, he could get a job at a warehouse, or a manufacturing plant, or there's still lots of places that he could work and not be around children.
I'm going through all these pictures of these guys in that jail. This one dude, when they took his mugshot, they didn't even clean him up. He got blood all over his face.
Dang.
Yeah. I haven't found anybody in there for crimes against children, though. That's what I'm looking for. Somebody else with that charge. That'll give us an idea. Is he going to get a bond, or there's some great ones, but nothing to do with kids.
You have to remember what they said about what was on the computer.
Oh,
Just
here we go.
right on here.
Got one. Unlawful sexual conduct with a minor, corrupt another with drugs, drugs, driving under the influence. They gave him he got 20,000 cash bond.
Mm.
So hopefully they'll set his like that where he can't get out.
Mm-hmm.
I think his bond will be rather high.
Yeah,
Yeah, sounds like they're not playing around in that county.
No, they
I always
ain't.
found one person that for unaliving somebody,
Mm.
or he's got a no bond.
But they did ask if we got more, if we was coming back to that county. So I'm assuming if we get more in that county, it'd be great, wouldn't it?
Yeah. It's kind of hard to look for people just in one county.
Right, it is.
Small county.
It is.
Especially now that the county knows that we're out there.
Uh-huh.
So, anybody else got any more questions before I get off here? Because it's 11:30.
Yeah, it's getting bedtime.
Yep, I gotta go be a wife.
Well, after this live ends, if it's okay with you, Chris, I'll post the full live stream on my YouTube, so that way, if anybody missed it, they can watch it.
You never need
Um,
my permission, girl. Leave it.
well, just I always put it out there, and
I'm
I'll
telling you
work
right
on
now,
just
for
putting
people
together,
who need my permission,
some redacted type of clips that maybe we could show tomorrow
got
night
it.
if you're available.
Also, his full arrest when they arrested him, walked him out in handcuffs is on there as well on our group page.
They get news article, guys. Somebody just messaged the page and said somebody they were trying to read the news article and it messaged us. So there may be a news article on here.
What was that, Chris?
I said somebody messaged the page and said that they were reading a news article and somehow it messaged us, so she may be reading a news article about him.
Huh.
Oh, maybe can you ask for a link to the news article?
I just asked her what was the news article.
Yeah, maybe their local
Yeah.
media picked it up.
You're welcome, Alley Pop 49.
And you're welcome. TikTok sucks.
Yeah, everybody's welcome.
Absolutely.
We need to get the word out there. Never know what town we'll be in.
That's true.
They were reading the one that bikers against child abusers. Where that vice president got busted in New York or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh,
Where I posted it on the page, and when she clicked on something, it messaged us. How you spell the name of that town?
ANSONIA.
ANS.
Yeah. ONIA. It's actually, here, I'll type it in the chat for
I
you.
got it.
You're very welcome.
Thank
I
you.
like being a part of this. Enjoy these lives.
Today was my first day on the live catch. It was awesome.
Yeah. I remember my first catch. We was after a guy in a wheelchair.
Well,
Sucker
not
got
on
away
your
from us
body.
too. He's fast.
Well,
Yeah,
I told the guys I would be down there in 2,000 miles or so. I mean, no problem.
I told you just
Come
to
on.
jump in your Lear jet you got.
Yeah.
just keep
Right?
reeling them in and we'll keep getting them for you.
With all my monies.
So tell me about that wheelchair guy again, Donnie.
His name was Michael
Paulus.
Olson from
Michael
Brazil, Indiana.
Paulus. Brazil, Indiana.
I'll have to look him up.
Yeah.
I almost got him a second time.
What do you do? Wise up on you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, they're still talking about that though. I see them commenting on on our page.
Yeah, I had somebody hit me up the other day and want me to send the video.
Right, want to repost it so they can keep
This week I'm
continue
going to
spreading
go
the
through
awareness.
and finish saving any videos that I don't have saved. We're going to start losing video. All right, guys, I'm going to end this live because I'm going to take my ass to bed.
All right.
All right, guys. You all have a good night.
Good
It was a nice
morning.
Saturday. Thanks for joining.
Everybody have a wonderful night
I
and
think what
happy
we need to
Mother's
do
Day
is
to anyone out there.
I
Yep.
think on the next one.
Right. Good night.
All right. Good night,
Thank you.
guys.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Welcome.